At the start of the episode, we hear a voice telling us that many years ago, a game became extremely popular. Its name was Tower of Try, and its popularity kept rising because people absolutely loved playing it. It was a game where you entered a complete virtual reality world, and whatever pain you felt inside the game felt exactly like real life. In the beginning, people enjoyed it a lot because they thought the game was amazing. But slowly, they began to realize that this game was actually very dangerous. The difficulty level was insanely high, and completing even a single level became extremely tough. Some levels had extremely low temperatures, while others had unbearably high temperatures, conditions where it was almost impossible for an ordinary person to survive. Because of this, people eventually stopped playing the game. Everyone knew how hard it was to complete, so they gave up. But despite all this, I still kept playing the game, and today, finally, I cleared its 50th floor. Soon we realized that the voice we heard earlier belongs to our hero himself. He tells us, "It's been 11 years since I started playing this game. After losing again and again, today I finally cleared the 50th floor. Maybe now I should stop playing this game. I've wasted 11 years of my life on it. Even though no one else likes to play it anymore. I'm gaining nothing from it." Just then, a system message appears. "Sir, you have cleared the 50th floor. You are the first person ever to do so." Another message follows. "Sir, since the 50th floor has been cleared for the first time, the entire game will now receive a new update. This update will arrive in 12 hours, and we hope you will enjoy it. Until then, please rest." Hearing this, our hero is completely shocked. He says, "Whoever created this game, I don't think they had any idea what they were doing. There was no benefit in continuing this game anymore because no one played it. I was the only one who still played it, and perhaps starting today, I'm going to quit as well. From this moment on, even I won't touch this game again." After that, we see that our hero has returned to the real world. He tells us, "I'm quitting this game because I have no money left. I can't even afford to pay the rent for my house. His parents died when he was a child, and the part-time job he does doesn't earn him enough to pay for his room rent or even his internet bill." Our hero's name is King Hua, but I'll either call him Jean or King. Jean tells us, "Whatever rewards or money you earn inside the game can't be brought back into the real world. That is the biggest drawback of this game. Every time I cleared floors, I earned many amazing rewards, but none of them helped me in real life since I could never take them out of the game." After that, we see our hero doing a live stream. In front of him, there is a lot of delicious food, and he's eating it happily while the viewers praise him non-stop. Jean tells us, "All this food I'm eating. I saved money for several days just to afford this one meal. And now I'm going to eat it all at once on this live stream. It's such a foolish thing to do." Once the live stream ends, he says, "My head is hurting a lot. I think I should rest for a bit." He lies down right there and falls asleep. When he wakes up, he turns on his computer, and suddenly a breaking news alert pops up. Tower of Trials City has appeared out of nowhere. He is completely confused after reading this headline. He opens the news report, and it says, "The Tower of Trials from the game has suddenly appeared in the real world, and no one understands why or how it happened." Jean is shocked after seeing this and can't believe what he's reading. Jean was completely shocked. He said, "How is this even possible? Is this some kind of joke?" At that same moment, Jean received another notification. "Sir, the update inside the game has been completed. We hope you enjoy it." After that, we see that people all over the world begin receiving messages from the system. The message says, "You must clear the first floor of the Tower of Trials within 90 days. This notification appeared for everyone, children, adults, everyone. And those who received the first message also got a second one. If you fail to complete it, the tower will give you a punishment." Everyone was shocked after hearing this. No one understood what was happening. Jean was confused too. He thought, "Is this really a joke? What's going on?" Jean then decides, "I should go to the place where the tower appeared." We see Jean quickly picking up his jacket, leaving his house, and running at full speed toward the location of the tower. He runs down the stairs rapidly and races through the streets. In the next scene, we see people panicking everywhere. They rush out of the train station, shouting, "How long until the next train? We don't have time. We must leave this city immediately, or our lives will be in danger." Who knows what the tower is planning to do? While everyone is trying to escape, Jean passes by them, running in the opposite direction toward the tower. He reaches a basement entrance and goes down the stairs, thinking, "If the tower has actually appeared in reality, then it means we have to start playing it again." Everyone knows that when we played it in virtual reality, the pain felt exactly the same as in the real world. So if the tower says it will punish us, it means the punishment will be real too. Jean enters the basement, and he sees many people already gathered there. Jean thought, I assumed I would be the first person to arrive here, but it looks like all these people are the ones who used to play the game in its early days. Everyone in the basement was talking among themselves, confused and anxious. No one knew what was going to happen next. Then a person approached Jean and said, "Aren't you Jean Hua, the one who still plays this game?" "I'm right, aren't I? I'm actually a pro player myself. I belong to a well-known organization. Why don't you join us? We could become good friends." He continued, "You must already know that our organization signs contracts with players. We give them huge benefits, and in return, our company gains a lot too. So why don't you sign a contract with us as well? You will receive many advantages. It'll be great for you." Jean thought to himself, does this guy really think I'm stupid enough to fall for his sweet talk? Their organization is anything but good. I know exactly what kind of people they are. He remembered how many streamers signed contracts with them, only to be blackmailed later. Their contracts were practically slavery contracts. Instead of giving benefits, the organization took away even the little the streamers had. Many streamers were forced to quit streaming altogether because of their exploitation. Despite this, the man kept smiling widely and said, "So it's settled. We're friends from today." In that moment, Jean swung his head forward and smashed it into the man's face. The impact was so strong that some of the man's teeth broke. Jean said, "Do you think I'm some little kid you can fool with a lollipop?" Suddenly, the ground beneath them began to shake. The entire basement trembled as something started to emerge from inside the floor. A massive, towering tree burst upward. Its trunk grew rapidly, spreading wide, and its branches expanded across the entire area. The people around them were shocked, staring with wide eyes. They shouted, "What is this tree doing here? How is this possible?" Someone exclaimed, "Wait, I remember this. When we started the game, we saw this exact thing back when we first started playing the game. This was part of the first trial." Jean stood there, stunned. "Everything looks exactly the same, just like when I first did the trial. Is this really happening? Is this a dream?" He noticed that the giant tree was covered with fruit, but only 4 fruits. Jean was shocked. "That can't be. These fruits, if you eat one, your strength becomes 3 times higher. Your agility becomes 3 times faster. Even your speed triples." But he looked around at the massive crowd. With so many people here, no one is going to let anyone else take them so easily. And just as he predicted, people rushed toward the tree in a frenzy. They pushed, shoved, and kicked each other. "Get out of my way. That fruit is mine." Among them was the man whose teeth Jean had broken earlier. He shouted furiously, "Because of you, they're going to take all the fruits. We won't get any because of you. Are you even listening to me?" Jean replied calmly, "Shut up. I know exactly what I'm doing. And what do you think? That I'd let them take the fruits this easily?" Right then, one person managed to push through the chaos. He grabbed one of the fruits and ate it immediately. In an instant, his powers multiplied. Strength, agility, and speed all increased threefold. Seeing that, people started screaming, "I want that fruit too. Move aside. Let me get one." Chaos erupted again as they fought for the remaining fruits. Just then, the giant tree began to tremble violently. The ground shook, and the branches whipped around. The people standing near it fell to the ground. Suddenly, sharp wooden roots burst out from beneath the ground and attacked the crowd. People screamed in terror as the roots lashed at them. "What's wrong with this thing? Why is it attacking us? Help! Someone help!" Panic spread, and people started running in every direction. But Jean remained standing, watching calmly. He said, "So that's how it is. This tree doesn't harm anyone as long as the fruits are untouched. But the moment someone eats a fruit, it attacks. And it can even take your life." The man whose teeth Jean had broken earlier was also running away. Jean called out to him, "Are you done now? Lost all your courage already?" The man shouted back, "What do you want from me? Do you think I'm stupid enough to stand here and get killed by this thing?" Jean replied, "I have an idea. If you work with me, the two of us might be able to get the fruits easily." In his mind Jean thought, I was wondering why he hadn't rushed forward yet. So he really did have a plan. He also thought, if he actually has a working plan, should help him. I can benefit from it too. So Jean said, "Fine. I'm ready to work with you." The man explained, "We'll attack the tree together. One of us will distract it, and the other will grab the fruits. After that, we'll divide them equally." Jean agreed, and the two prepared to attack. Jean said, "Listen, if either of us hesitates, the other will die instantly. Are you prepared for that?" The man nodded. "Yes. Don't worry. I'm ready." The two of them charged toward the demon tree. The tree roared in anger and swung its deadly roots toward Jean. But Jean dodged smoothly. He thought, fighting this thing isn't difficult for me. So what is he doing? Jean looked behind him. The man, who was supposed to help, was still standing far behind, not moving at all. He smirked and shouted, did you really think I'd help you? Go die by yourself. Jean smiled. Everything is going exactly as I expected. At that moment, the tree's deadly roots, which were aiming at Jean, suddenly shifted direction straight toward the man who betrayed him. The man froze in shock. Before he could react, the roots wrapped around him tightly, crushing him. He screamed, "Please, help me. I don't want to die." Jean simply ran forward, ignoring him. The man's screams grew desperate. "I don't want to die. Please, help." The tree crushed him completely. His screams stopped. Jean kept moving forward quickly. He explained something about the demon tree's anatomy, but none of it mattered, so he ignored the details and continued the real fight. After calculating the tree's attack angles, Jean noticed. One root is approaching from 30 degrees. Another from 5 degrees. He dodged both effortlessly. The roots collided with each other instead, piercing the demon tree's own body. The tree shrieked in pain. As the roots tore away, the tree's heart became visible. Jean smirked. That's what I needed. A large wooden spike had fallen nearby. Jean grabbed it tightly. He looked up with a devilish expression. "Let me show you what real fighting looks like." He spoke to the demon tree as if mocking it. "Hey buddy, why don't you just die already and give me your essence?" The tree attacked him again, slamming its roots toward him. But this time Jean blocked with the wooden spike, dodging, parrying, and countering. He took several injuries, but he didn't stop. With a final burst of speed, Jean climbed onto the demon tree's body, raised the wooden spike, and smashed it into the tree's exposed heart. The demon tree roared, then collapsed, dead. A notification appeared. "Sir, you have defeated the demon tree. You are the first person to do so." Jean smiled and said, "The thing I actually wanted is right here." He plunged his hand into the demon tree's body and searched around until he pulled out a small orb. "This," Jean said, "is the demon tree's essence. It's extremely powerful." He explained. "If you eat one of its fruits, when you eat the fruit, your power increases by 3 times. But if you absorb the essence, your power increases directly by 12 times. King looked at the essence and said, "But why is this essence so small? I thought it would be much bigger, but it's tiny." Even so, the moment he consumed the essence, his power skyrocketed. He said, "I think I should check my status window." He opened it. We see that his level is still level 1, and his name is King Jinhua. His stats show a value of 12. Which means his power has increased 12 times more than a normal human. Then King receives a system notification. "Sir, you have clicked on Enter System, so please verify your identity. We need your information to create your official record. Please tell us your name and identification." King thought, this system always keeps everyone's records. Since this world works like a game, it stores data for every single person. But I can't give it my real identity. If the system has my true information, people could easily trace everything about me, and I don't want that. So the system registered his name as unknown. The system said, "Sir, your entire fight with the demon tree has been recorded. Tomorrow, this video will be uploaded on YouTube. Your rewards will depend on how many views and subscribers you get. So please tell everyone to subscribe to Manga Vibe. The system added. "But don't worry, your face will be completely blurred, so no one will know your identity." King agreed after hearing this. Another notification appeared. "Sir, your video will be uploaded to YouTube in 10 minutes. Then the scene jumps 1 hour ahead. The video has gone extremely viral. It is getting millions of views every day, and people are commenting non-stop. Is this real? Did this guy hack the game? Can you actually kill a demon tree? I never imagined something like this was possible." King was sitting on his chair reading the messages. He received 2 special offers. First message. "Sir, we are ready to offer you 10 billion won, around 100 million. We want you to work for us." Second message. "Sir, tell us your desired income. Whatever amount you want, we will pay it. Just join us." King thought, a little while ago, when I was broke, I used to save money just to survive. If I had received an offer of even 100,000 won back then, I might have accepted it immediately. But times have changed. I am no longer the old king who played small games just to survive. Now I'm a powerful person. So whether it's 10,000 won or 10 billion won, none of it matters to me anymore. The most powerful thing I possess is my knowledge, and I'm not going to share that with anyone. King then explained. When the Tower of Trials appeared on Earth, it released extremely high-quality mana. Because of that, some ordinary artifacts owned by certain people, like museums, transformed into high-quality holy artifacts. Everyone knows this, and I believe that I, too, can get a powerful artifact from the museum. So I must go and find a weapon for myself. The scene shifts. King arrives in front of a massive museum. He says, "This is the biggest museum in Korea. And if I'm right, inside this place lies a very powerful artifact. Not something ordinary, but the map of Korea, which has now transformed into a legendary artifact. He takes a deep breath and steps forward. From the artifact, we can learn everything about the first 10 levels of the Tower of Trials. We can also find out where each monster is located and where we can find every item. King entered the museum, saying, "Why is nobody here?" But after walking further inside, he saw a burnt dead body lying on the floor, completely charred, as if an awakener had killed him using high-level power. King thought, "It seems everyone already knows about the artifact stored here. It won't be easy for me to take it." He added, "No matter what, I need that artifact. It can help me clear the upcoming floors much faster." The scene shifts. Many people were breaking things, snatching artifacts, and fighting with each other. Some were even killing others just to get something. Suddenly a man shouted, "Everyone stop right there. If anyone moves, I'll kill them on the spot." A huge muscular guy holding a hammer stepped forward and said, "You want to die by my hands? Can't you see the weapon I have? And you're just barking? Sit down quietly or leave. Otherwise I'll smash your skull just like this guy." The first man became angry. He said, "It seems you won't understand easily. Looks like I'll have to show you what I really am." His body shifted. His arms turned into pure metal, glowing with power. People shouted, "He transformed. He's a wagoner. He has the power of a berserker now. Fighting him won't be easy." Then an old man spoke from behind. "You young people are becoming too rude these days. Why don't you behave? Take what you get and leave. Why fight among yourselves?" The berserker glared at him and said, "Hey old man, you want to die first? You walked straight into my path. I'll twist your neck like a chicken. Get lost before I kill you right here." The old man sighed. "I thought you were a decent person, but you're filth. Seems I must teach you a lesson first." He lifted a single finger. Magic gathered at its tip, and he flicked it toward the berserker. The berserker was shocked. He didn't understand what was happening. And then suddenly his entire body burst into flames, burning him alive on the spot. A girl's voice came from behind the old man. "Mr. G, I guess choosing to join you wasn't such a bad decision." The old man said, "I'm going to the next floor. I need that artifact. You stay here and handle the rest." She replied, "Don't worry, sir. I'll take care of everything." The girl faced the crowd and said, "No one will go forward from here. If you try, I will kill you myself." People muttered, "What will this girl do? She doesn't look strong enough." She calmly opened her bag and pulled out a statue. She placed it on the floor. The statue grew into a massive stone guardian, radiating heavy power. It said, "If you don't obey Madam's command, I will kill every one of you. Stay where you are." Meanwhile, King walked ahead calmly. He lifted a heavy historical post from the floor and said, "You people have no respect for history. How can you destroy everything like this? Have some respect." The girl glared at King. "Didn't you hear me? I told everyone to stop right there. Are you ignoring me?" King replied, "This is not your problem. If you want an artifact, go get it. But don't interfere in my business." The girl became furious. She commanded her giant puppet, "Attack him right now." The massive statue rushed forward, swinging its weapon directly at King's throat. King raised his left hand and blocked the attack with a single hit, sending the statue's weapon flying across the hall. The ground cracked where it landed. Everyone gasped. "How is he so strong? He looks normal, but he's a monster." He blocked that attack with his bare hand. "What kind of power does he have?" King thought to himself. "I have the strength of 12 normal humans. So of course, attacks like this mean nothing to me." He looked at the girl and said, "What happened? Why isn't your puppet attacking me properly? Is its special move only swinging that weapon?" The girl hissed, "Stop talking nonsense." She put her hand inside her bag and pulled out 5 more puppets. "Now, are you ready?" King smirked. "You've irritated me enough. If you want to kill me, go ahead and try." She shouted, "You think this is a joke? Do you not realize how much power I'm using? No one can control so many puppets at the same time. But I can." King thought, "She's no ordinary girl. Controlling 5 high-power puppets with such little mana. That's impossible for most people." And that old man's fire magic. It wasn't ordinary. It was rare. Extremely rare. King said calmly, "I think now I should show you something special too." King lifted the post into the air and began injecting his mana into it. On the post, a massive tiger engraving started glowing. King thought to himself, "Now the real show begins." He extended his hand forward, and suddenly, from inside the post, a powerful spiritual tiger emerged. It looked extremely strong and majestic. Seeing the beast, The girl froze in fear. She whispered, What? That's a second-grade spirit beast. Those are extremely rare and incredibly powerful. How is he able to summon it? Just who is this person? He blocked my puppet so easily. And now he controls such a powerful beast. Is he even human? King gently stroked the tiger as if it were a pet. The puppets grew enraged. King commanded, Tiger, kill all the puppets right now. The tiger shot forward with tremendous speed and slashed with its claws, decapitating the first puppet instantly. Then it leapt again, tearing the second puppet apart. One by one, the remaining puppets were destroyed violently. In no time, only the girl was left. The tiger stopped in front of her and activated its murderous aura. The pressure was so intense that the girl fell to her knees. Her body trembled. Is this my end? Am I going to die here? But King raised his hand. That's enough. Don't kill her. The tiger stopped immediately. King walked to the girl. Alright, now give me what I came for. The girl stuttered. What are you talking about? I don't understand. King replied. If you have these puppets, then you definitely have the mask that controls them. The girl's eyes widened. How do you know I have a mask? King sighed. Stop pretending. Just give it to me. She refused. No, I don't have any mask. King glanced at the tiger and gestured slightly. The tiger moved toward her threateningly. Terrified, she panicked and said, Okay, I'll give it. She took out a mystical mask from her bag and handed it to him. King looked at it and said, This is a very powerful artifact. Looks like luck is really on my side today. If I can find 2 more artifacts like this, I can craft a very high-level item. He then continued, But for now, I need to go upstairs. The artifact I came for is up there. King turned to his tiger. Tiger, I'm going ahead. You stay here and make sure no one comes upstairs. The tiger nodded and released its murderous aura again. All the people around froze in fear. King thought, that should keep them in place. He headed upstairs. At the next floor, Master Li and several others were standing before a barrier, examining it closely. King approached silently. He said, I've never seen this type of formation before. It's extremely complex. Do you know how to break it? Master Li almost jumped. He thought, how did this person get so close without me sensing him? Is he stronger than me? Or was this just coincidence? Master Li asked, You seem to have a lot of knowledge about arrays. Can you break this one? King replied, I can't guarantee it, but I can try. He touched the barrier and pushed mana into it. After analyzing it, he said, This array is extremely strange, but I think I can break it. Suddenly his eyes widened. What? Such a valuable artifact. How can something so precious be inside this formation? The others were confused. King said calmly, I have a way to get inside. If you use your power to hold the array open, I can go inside and bring out the artifact. You can take whatever you need from it. Master Li narrowed his eyes. And why should I trust you? I don't even know who you are. King replied, Do you have any better option? Master Li thought, This guy looks weaker than me. If he tries anything, I can burn him to ashes. So it's not a big risk. He nodded. Fine, I'll do it. Master Li activated his power and struck the barrier. Cracks spread across it immediately. Hurry, he shouted. I can't hold it for long. King sprinted forward and leapt through the broken section, landing inside the chamber. Master Li yelled, Do it fast. I can't keep this open much longer. King replied, Don't worry, I'll be out soon. Inside, all the artifacts were neatly arranged. It looked untouched. King thought, It seems no one has been here yet. Otherwise they wouldn't be so perfectly placed. But then he noticed something troubling. A glass case was broken. The sword inside it was missing. King muttered, Someone came before me and took the sword. And that sword is the one that increases strength and power immensely. It gives an enormous advantage in battles. Still, King glanced ahead, and his eyes brightened. Finally, I found what I was looking for. And we see that some items are placed in front of him. He picks up those gold coins and says, There is one skill of mine that no one knows about till today. With this skill, I can combine certain artifacts to create one extremely powerful artifact whose rank can reach very high. He then takes out 2 artifacts from his storage and says, These items, I got them from the mask that I took from that girl. King tells us, Back when I used to play the Tower Trials game, I created this skill. It's an extremely powerful skill through which I can merge artifacts and create a high-level, powerful artifact. And King starts combining those items. Because of this, a very intense golden light erupts, making it difficult for King to stay close. So he steps back and says, I just need to add one more thing. Then he unties the pouch of golden coins he has with him and pours all of them inside. After that, a notification appears from the system. Sir, by combining these items, you have created a high-level artifact. Its rank is S. Then we are shown the artifact. Its name is displayed. King is informed. With this eye, you can view the status window of any person and check their level. You can also see whether they are telling you the truth or lying. But you can only use this skill 3 times per day. Hearing this, King becomes extremely happy. Then another notification appears. Sir, you have completed a hidden mission. You will receive a reward. Suddenly King is transported into a special space. The system tells him, Sir, the Tower of Trials is awarding you a memory of world record. Your skill is being upgraded. We see King's body glowing intensely, and he is informed. Your skill rank has been upgraded to SS. Now you can copy anyone's skill. You just need to fulfill the conditions set by the system, and once done, you can copy their skill and use it permanently in the real world. Hearing this, King becomes even more delighted. He had cleared the 50th floor with ease, and since this is the real world, this skill will benefit him even more. Master Li shouts, whatever you're doing, do it fast. I can't hold this barrier any longer. King thinks, why don't I copy his skill first? He activates the Eye of Swift, and the system tells him, Sir, if you want to copy this person's skill, you must know his true feelings. He is hiding his emotions from you. King smirks and says, oh, that's easy. Let me show you what I'll do with this old man. The old man yells, hurry up and get out. I can't hold this any longer. King replies, you don't need to hold it. Just deactivate your skill. The barrier will open. The old man is shocked but deactivates his skill, and the barrier cracks open instantly. He's confused and asks what just happened. King explains, when I inserted my mana into the barrier earlier, I made some changes inside it. Now I can open and close it whenever I want. Honestly, this old man has done nothing from the start. I opened this gate myself, and I came inside on my own. He had no role in anything. King continues, this map contains complete information from the 1st to the 10th floor, but it's useless to me. I have already cleared the 50th floor and know everything I need. Then King says, but I have another plan. The old man asks, why did you take out your lighter? What are you planning? King says, I told you earlier I don't want this skill. But I never said I'll let someone else take it. He burns the scroll. It catches fire instantly and soon turns to ashes. The old man becomes furious and screams, how dare you? I'll kill you for this. King is informed by the system that his retirement is complete and he has been removed from the Company of Worlds. The old man threatens him again. If you don't give me a good explanation right now, be ready to die. King replies, you still don't understand why I did this? Then King activates his element of fire. Flames burst from his hands. The old man is shocked. How is this possible? He can use fire too. And, this fire, its level is much higher than mine. King asks calmly, do you still think you can kill me? The old man trembles and says, tell me, what do you want from me? And why did you do all this? Next scene, King walks out of the museum, removes his mask, and continues walking. He tells us, today, in this museum, I discovered 3 awakeners. I want them to become my support and follow me. But their levels are too low. They must increase their strength. After that, they will work for me as I command. One of the men asks, and what if we don't? King replies coldly, then be ready to die. Hearing this, they agree immediately. Okay, from today, whatever you say, will do. King thinks, I need to increase my level ASAP. Right now my level is not high enough to fight strong enemies. If I face them, it will be difficult for me. So I must level up quickly. Then he says, but first, I need to eat something. I'm starving. He arrives at a restaurant where a huge crowd is watching the news on TV. A reporter says that in Korea, many museums have been attacked by awakened beings. They have stolen many artifacts. And not just Korea. The same thing is happening in Japan, America, China, everywhere. To stop all this, the government has created an international organization. The president of the American branch, Mr. Khan, appears on screen. He says, anyone who has received powers must register with us. If not, we will take strict action. Even a rank C awakened will get a monthly salary starting from 1 million. High-level awakeners can earn in billions. King smirks and says, just by seeing my sacred beast, this guy knows how powerful I am. That's why he isn't talking millions, he's talking billions. Meaning, he's basically sending me a direct invitation. King says, but I have no intention of joining their organization. Not now, not later. He adds, however, I do want to meet this person once. Night falls in the real world, which means it is morning inside the Tower of Trials. The tower opens at night, and King is ready to enter. We see a beautiful place, full of teleporting people. Among them appears our king. System announces, "Congratulations to all participants. You are receiving gold coins. You can use these inside the tower for fighting or for traveling to beautiful places. You may record your journey and upload it on YouTube. For every 10k views, you will receive 100 gold coins." System adds, "Live streaming is not allowed unless you are fighting a boss monster or a very powerful creature." People get excited and start running, saying, "Let's record a video first. I want more views and subscribers." King looks at them and says, "These people are total newbies. They have no idea how dangerous this place truly is. If they did, they wouldn't even dare to come." He tells us, 6 years ago when I played Tower of Trials, after clearing floor 34, leveling up became extremely difficult. But after great effort, I discovered the solution: hidden dungeons. They are secret and no one knows about them. If you enter and fight the boss, you get hidden stat points that increase your real. It doesn't affect your level, but it massively increases your strength. It boosts your strength drastically, but there is one condition: your level must be only level 1. Jean tells us, "I haven't leveled up yet because I wanted to come here and get the hidden stat points. When I first researched this place, I found out that in order to obtain hidden stat points, I had to delete my character so that I could return to level 1. At that time, it hurt me a lot, but I made a decision. I will become strong enough to clear every single floor of this tower. And I think today is the day." After that, we see Jean arriving outside a library. He says, "I discovered this library almost 3 years ago. It still looks exactly the same. I wonder if the password is still what it used to be." He enters a password and makes a strange face. "I never thought I'd have to come back to this damned place again." Then the door opens and he enters inside. Inside, the scene is filled with butterflies made of pure energy, floating in the air. One butterfly lands on his finger. Just then, Jean hears voices behind him and turns around, noticing that some other people have also arrived. Jean thinks, "Who are these people? Were they following me?" One girl says, "We were looking for a safe place to train, so we thought maybe we should check inside this library." Then the story cuts to 10 minutes before Jean entered the library. We see that these people were already following him at a distance, whispering to each other. One of them says, "Did you see that? He opened the door without a key. He must know the password." A girl says, "I'm sure there's something valuable inside this library that he wants, maybe a special treasure." Their leader says, "Let's go inside too." A boy argues, "But we don't know what dangers are inside. We could die." The leader replies, "Relax. He's just a level 1 warrior. If there's treasure inside, we'll just take it from him." Everyone eventually agrees to follow. Back to the present. The girl introduces herself to Jean. "My name is Park Hannah. Why don't we clear this library together? It will reduce the danger if we cooperate." Her level is only 1. She is 22 years old, and her skill is Affinity, a powerful ability that allows her to become friendly with strangers or enemies instantly so they won't harm her. The system shows Jean a new condition. He must cooperate with Park Hannah for 240 hours. Jean thinks, "Last time I fought her, she was insanely annoying. I nearly died. And now I have to cooperate with her. This is frustrating." He then introduces himself. Jean says, "Pretending to be nice in front of someone is harder than clearing floors." Park Hannah suddenly grabs Jin's hand and activates her skill. Because of that, Jean suddenly feels warmth in his heart. "Why do I feel so good? What's happening to me? No, I need to stay away from her." He pulls his hand back and says, "Please stay a little far from me." Hannah is shocked. She thinks, "My skill didn't work? Impossible. This has never happened before." Jean asks, "You said we should share the danger. Then tell me, do you even know what the difficulty level of this library is?" They all stay silent. Jean continues, "Do you know the time limit before this place changes?" The others are confused. Suddenly, the library starts transforming. The walls begin twisting and moving. Everyone panics. What's happening? We need to go inside the library quickly. They rush ahead. But inside, the walls start attacking everyone. People scream and barely dodge the attacks. Jean watches and thinks, "These people are unbelievably weak. And they dared to come clear this place?" A girl shouts, "We need to find the exit fast." "Where is it?" But another girl says in fear, I can't sense the exit. It feels like the library doesn't have any exit anymore." Everyone starts panicking even more. Jean listens to them and thinks, "Fools. They followed me thinking I had treasure. They assumed I knew everything about this library." Hannah yells at him, "If you knew everything about this library, why didn't you tell us? Were you planning to get us killed?" The others also start accusing Jean angrily. Jean snaps, "Stay in your limits. Did I ever tell you to follow me? You came here on your own. I never asked any of you to come behind me." Hannah becomes stunned. She thinks, he knew we were following him from the beginning. One boy gets angry and shouts, "Who does this bastard think he is?" He activates his sword and says, "Get ready, I'll kill you right here." But suddenly, his head is cut open from the back. A massive axe appears. The others scream in terror. A monster, a boss monster is here. We see a huge boss monster approaching. Jean steps forward and says, "Idiots, get out of my way." Hannah thinks, is he insane? What is he trying to do? The boss monster attacks Jean with a powerful strike. When the strike ends, people gasp, is he dead? But Jean leaps high into the air, completely unharmed except for a small cut on his shoulder. He gets a notification. You have dodged a powerful monster's attack. You gain 1 hidden stat point. Jean smiles. Finally, the time to become strong has arrived. Jean starts falling from the air but grabs the monster's horn and swings himself back onto the ground. The monster roars furiously and attacks again. Jean dodges once more. Another notification pops up. You have dodged a powerful attack. Plus 0.05 stat point. He dodges again. Another gain. Again. Another. The fight continues rapidly and Jean keeps earning multiple hidden stat points. Jean narrates, "In my previous gaming life, I died hundreds of thousands of times fighting this boss. But it was just a game, so I kept challenging it again and again. Now, I even remember its attack patterns." The boss gets angrier and launches an extremely powerful attack. Jean stands still, waiting. The axe comes dangerously close to his neck. Jean thinks, the greater the risk of death, the greater the reward. He dodges at the last second. A deep cut forms on his neck. Notification. You barely dodged a fatal attack. Plus 1 hidden stat point. Jean laughs. A tiny scratch for a whole stat point. Not bad. But then he thinks, if I keep fighting like this, I'll get seriously injured. I might even die. I need to avoid the boss for now and retreat. He looks toward Hannah's team. We see them sneaking away quietly, trying to escape. One girl whispers, "Sister Hannah, I don't want to die here. We need to leave, somehow." Gina says, "Don't worry, I won't let anything happen to those people." At the same time, we see Jean quickly moving behind her, and he asks, "Where do you all think you're going? Are you trying to run away from here?" Hearing this, Hannah becomes extremely shocked and asks, "If you're here, then who's fighting the boss monster right now?" They turn around and see the boss monster still rushing toward them with full force. The boss monster launches a powerful attack toward Jean. Jean quickly grabs Hannah's hand and moves her aside. But the attack hits the girl and the boy with glasses, killing both of them instantly. The attack is so powerful that even the surrounding walls crack and collapse. Hannah becomes terrified after seeing this. Now only 2 members of their team are left alive. We see Jean standing near the boss monster and saying, "Don't you think you should take a little rest? I should also get going." The boss monster becomes furious and roars at Jean. Jean replies, "Enough. I'm not fighting you anymore. I'm leaving." Hearing this, the boss monster freezes in confusion. Suddenly, the walls begin to shake again and start closing. A huge wall begins to fall between Jean and the boss monster. Jean says, "All right then, see you later. You rest, I'll rest. Bye-bye." The wall shuts completely, leaving the boss monster trapped on the other side. The boss monster becomes enraged and starts smashing the wall in frustration. Next scene. Hannah and the remaining boy are trembling with fear. Out of our entire team, only we 2 are left. Will we even survive this place? Jean walks toward them and notices a dagger lying on the ground. He picks it up and says, "This dagger is pretty good. I think it will be useful for me." Jean then throws his knife toward them and says, "If you 2 help me complete my stat points, I'll protect you. After that, we'll escape this place together." He explains, "All you have to do is keep watch while I recover my strength. Just make sure the boss monster doesn't sneak up on us." Hannah asks, "How long do we have to do this?" Jean answers, "For 1 month." Both of them are shocked. "We can't do this. We're leaving. Besides, we don't think the boss monster will chase us again." Jean calmly explains, "When I entered this library, I touched a butterfly. Its scent is still on me. That scent attracts the boss monster. It will definitely come to us again. It won't leave us." Hearing this, they become even more terrified. "But we don't want to stay here. We'll find our own way out." As they try leaving, Jean says, "As long as you're near me, you're safe. But if you walk out of this zone, the boss monster will kill you instantly. Didn't you see how easily it crushed your teammates?" Terrified, they stop and say, "Fine, we'll do what you say." Jean smirks and adds, "Oh, I wasn't finished. If someone stays for even 1 night in someone's house, they pay rent. You're staying with me for a month, and I'm going to protect you for a month. So shouldn't you pay me? He points his dagger at them and says, hand over all your golden coins. Scene changes. We see a trending video with nearly 1.2 million views. Comments praise the guy in the video, calling him strong and amazing for allegedly clearing the entire lift solo. A girl reading the comments feels proud and tells her friend, see, our technique worked. Her friend, the editor, gets excited and compliments her. Your acting was great. The green screen editing was perfect. We learn that these people faked the entire video using green screen to gain views and subscribers. One girl says, why do we need to fight real monsters? We can just fake videos and earn coins easily. The editor shows a comment that says, you cleared the dungeon in 15 hours? I know someone who could do it in 5 hours. The fake hero scoffs. Some people are jealous of our success. Ignore them. Suddenly, the editor shouts, look at this. What is happening? The system has uploaded a new video ranking update. At the top is a real video with more than 1.3 million views. The thumbnail shows a powerful dagger with the title, Real Reinforcement Dagger. Comments are filled with hype, praising the real dagger and wondering who owns it. The fake hero becomes terrified. How is this possible? Creating real equipment isn't easy. Meanwhile, 10 minutes earlier, Jean tells Hannah and the boy, what are you doing? Let's go. We need to prepare for the night. They leave angrily, but Jean enjoys teasing them. Jean then opens the system store. The system says he has 5,000 gold coins. He buys 3 cards, 70 coins, rank F, 1 key, 80 coins, rank I, 1 wooden block, 300 coins, rank D, 10 reinforcement scrolls, rank F. Jean says all these items are useless for ordinary people, but for him they're perfect. He combines all 3 items, the cards, the key, and the wooden block, and a powerful energy surge appears. A notification appears. Combination successful. Item created. Rank S. Golden Core Stone. Increases luck points by 100%. Can be used only once. Jean becomes extremely happy. He takes out his dagger, activates it, and uses the reinforcement scrolls. With his 100% success rate, the dagger upgrades continuously. Another notification appears. You are the first person to create equipment of this level. Reward, 5,000 gold coins. Jean rejoices. He looks at his dagger and says, finally, I have something truly powerful. This weapon will help me a lot in the future. After that, we're shown the scene 10 days later. We see that Jana and the other girl are in extremely bad condition. They haven't eaten anything today, and they're sitting exhausted. The boy is chewing some mushrooms, and we're told that for these 10 days, Jean has been fighting the bus monster every single day with full power, and these two have been helping him. They've almost died several times. Hannah says, this bastard. I don't know how he's so insanely powerful. We can't dodge even one attack from the master. But I don't know why Jean is dodging them so easily. And why do I feel like Jean is getting stronger day by day? Then we see Hannah talking to someone through messages. They tell her, if you want to escape, you must help Jean. If you want to stay alive, follow him. Otherwise, he's too powerful. He can kill you anytime. Hannah asks, did you inform my brother? What did he say? They reply, we told your brother everything, but we still don't know your exact location. We checked the coordinates you gave us many times, but we still can't find you. Hearing this, Hannah becomes very tense. She asks, how long will it take you to find me? They reply, it may take 3 to 4 weeks to locate you. Hannah becomes worried and says, 3 to 4 weeks. That's too long. Jean told us we have to stay here for 1 whole month. What's the difference between 1 month and 3 to 4 weeks anyway? Nearby, the boy is still chewing mushrooms. He asks her, what happened? Why are you so stressed? She says, my people still haven't found me. I think we can't escape without Jin's help. We need to stay with him until my clan arrives. But the boy secretly grabs a stone and rushes forward, planning to hit Jean. Just as he's about to strike, Jean suddenly moves at incredible speed. He activates power and slashes the bus monster multiple times, then dashes past him. The bus monster, having moved extremely fast, appears right in front of Jean and says, you think such tiny attacks can kill me? He charges a powerful punch and attacks Jean. But the punch stops just before hitting Jean. The monster says, why did it stop? Jean replies, did you forget? Your 5 minutes are up. The monster is shocked. How do you even know that? Jean explains, this skill gives you extreme power for 5 minutes, enough to kill your opponent instantly. But it has one side effect. You won't be able to move your body for 24 hours afterward. We see Jean casually walk to the other side while the monster freezes. Jean checks his stat points. My total stat points have reached 57. He becomes very happy. I gained 57 points in just 10 days. I still have 20 days. and I must reach 100. Hannah asks, is everything over? Jean replies, this monster won't move for 24 hours. But after that he'll chase and attack us again. Hannah says helplessly, what? We still have to suffer more? Jean smiles and says, why are you so stressed? Only 20 days left. Didn't I tell you we must stay here for 1 month? Then we're shown the scene 20 days later. Everything in the area is completely destroyed. Jean and the bus monster are still fighting. The monster launches a powerful attack at Jean, but Jean dodges it like it's nothing. A notification appears. You gained 0.015 stat points. Then Jean attacks again and gets another notification. Jean thinks, these attacks of his feel so slow now. Then another message pops. Your stat points have reached 100. Jean says, finally, I've hit 100. I don't need to stay here anymore. The monster roars in anger and charges, but Jean calmly punches upward, barely tapping him, yet sending him flying far away. Jean steps on him and says stylishly, I won't kill you. Okay, I should leave now. We'll meet again. Then Jean turns to Hannah and says, I think you should pay me now. Hannah is confused. What do you mean? Jean says, I'm forming a company. I'm offering you a job. You'll work for me. Hannah panics. A company? What are you talking about? Jean glares at her. Are you saying you're not interested? You don't want to join my company? She freaks out. No, I always wanted to work in a company. I was forced into the clan. My dream was always to work in an office. Jean smiles. Good. Now tell me, what benefits can you bring to my company? Hannah says, I can help increase popularity. And I'm good at. Jean cuts her off. No, I don't need that. Something else. She says, I'll never betray you. I'll follow every order you give. Jean moves closer. No, something else. Hannah begs, please give me some time to think. Jean says, disappointed, Hannah, you're such a disappointment. I think you're useless for my company. Maybe I should just kill Y. Before he finishes, Hannah panics and grabs his arm. Wait. I remembered something. I can bring you the Brahmin ring. My brother told me it's extremely important. The clan will soon deliver it to the Chinese and earn a fortune. I can steal it for you. We're told this Brahmin ring is very special. Whoever wears it gains massive boosts in strength, speed, and abilities, and it can even completely lock the magic powers of a powerful monster. And with this ring, Jean can perform another mysterious action that will be revealed in the next episode. Jean activates his detection skill and confirms that Hannah is telling the truth. He says, good. From now on, you're officially a member of my company. Then Jean warns her, if you're sleeping at 3 a.m. and I call, you must come. If you're doing something important and I call, you must leave everything and report. Understand? Hannah says, do we have to sign a contract? Jean says, yes, but not on paper. This will be a contract you'll never forget. He activates both elemental fire and his communication skill, then combines them. System message. You have successfully combined the two skills. He creates a new skill. Brand of free violation, rank A. He grabs Hannah's face, places his hand on her cheek, and says, congratulations on joining my black company. Hannah screams loudly from the burning pain. Next, we see Jean and Hannah leaving the library at last. As soon as they step outside, Hannah collapses and starts crying with relief. Finally, we survived. We actually made it out. Jean just smiles. A notification appears. You have completed the first change library. Both members are rewarded with 5,000 gold coins. Hannah becomes extremely happy. But Jean walks up to her and says, Hannah, now transfer all your gold coins to me. Hannah shakily transfers them, shocked and miserable. She thinks, how cruel. I wish I had never met him. Jean says proudly, I now have a total of 10,000 gold coins. This will help me a lot. Then he says, bring me the Brahmin rings within 3 days. Hannah panics. 3 days? That's too little time. I can't steal it that fast. Jean activates Friend of Tribulation, and Hannah's face starts burning painfully. She screams, okay, I'll bring it within 3 days. Later, after resting, Jean steps out of his room and thinks, it's only been 1 month since I left this place. Yet so much has changed. Things have changed a lot. Many new girls have risen in power, and many people have become incredibly strong. Jean thinks, I need people I can truly trust. He remembers, back when I used to play the game 11 years ago, I had a few friends who were extremely loyal to me. Maybe I should look for them, maybe meet them again. Then Jean opens the Hunter Association app on his phone and searches for his old friends. Next, the scene shifts to a restaurant. We see a boy sitting at a table. He says, my name is Human Bold Male. That's my gaming name. My real name is Lee Tamin. Beside him, a girl speaks, my gaming name is Nuclear Fist, and my real name is Unoa. Jean is sitting right in front of them, thinking, they've changed so much. Back when we played the game together, they were absolute monsters. He remembers an old scene. Yunoa was extremely hot-tempered, beating up people violently with her fists. Lee Taemin was highly skilled in explosives and could scare people just by holding a bomb. Jin thinks about Taemin. Back then, he was considered one of the most powerful players. Even looking at his costume, no one could guess his actual class. Jin sighs. Truly, a lot has changed in 11 years. He remembers how Yunoa once defeated a powerful 20-rank monster using just one punch. And human bold male. Everyone knew his fire-bombing skills were unmatched. Jin then activates his Eye of Truth skill to check Taemin's status window. He sees age 23, level 11, special abilities 3 abilities. Extra ability, Machine King. Jin explains that Machine King is a very powerful skill. It gives deep knowledge of all machines, and allows the user to repair any broken machine easily. Next, Jin checks Yunoa's status window. Level 12. Age 25. Speciality, Fist Combat. Loves martial arts. Her fist skill is extremely powerful and helps a lot in close combat. Then Jin sees a special condition. Because they are his friends, he must clear the 20th floor of the Tower of Trials with them. Only then can Jin copy their skills. Lee Taemin then asks Jin, "Bro, we've told you everything about us, but you haven't told us anything about yourself. Aren't you going to say anything?" Jin replies, "My name is King Jinhwa, age 27, and I'm a live streamer." Both of them get shocked. "What? You're a live streamer? How long have you been streaming?" "You know, I love live streaming too. I wanted to try it but sitting in front of a camera and talking is so hard." Jin replies, "I've stopped streaming now." Taemin says, "Bro, you look very uncomfortable sitting with us. You don't have to be like that. We're your old friends. Even if a lot of time has passed, we spent years playing together and clearing countless floors. Be comfortable." Yunoa agrees. Taemin is right. We spent so much time together. Even if we stopped playing the game, we're still good friends. Jin says, "Thank you, all of you." In his heart, he thinks, "Most people I've met recently either wanted to use me or stab me in the back for my rewards. But these two, they're my true friends. They always supported me." Jin says, "I was out of Korea for a month. Can you tell me what happened while I was gone?" Taemin then begins explaining everything, but only the important part matters. He says, "Ever since the Tower of Trials appeared on Earth, everyone has been live streaming because live streamers get golden coins from viewers. But a very dangerous gang also appeared. No one knows where they came from, but they kidnap people, steal all their golden coins, and kill them." He continues, "You said you were away for a month. Don't tell me you didn't take the test." Jin is surprised. "Test? What test?" Scene changes. They're now in a taxi on the way to the Hunter Association building. Taemin explains, "When the Tower of Trials first appeared, everyone wanted to enter it. But many people were very weak. Then the Wakened Organization appeared. They made a rule. Every person must take their test. Only those who pass the test are allowed to enter the Tower of Trials." Taemin adds, "Everyone is ranked according to their results. If you pass, you get a special code, like an ID card." Jin thinks silently. "When I saw this person on TV, I understood. The Wakened Organization is looking for extremely powerful people, those hidden in the shadows." Jin smiles softly. "Looks like I'll have to meet this person myself." Next scene. They reach a huge building, the headquarters of the Wakened Organization. It is explained that those who pass the test receive massive resources, their popularity skyrockets, and their monthly income reaches millions. Next scene, many people are anxiously waiting for their results. Some pray, "I hope I don't get an F rank, otherwise they will kick me out." Reporters are also waiting for someone important to appear. Then suddenly Park Hana and her brother Park Hae-jin arrive. All reporters start filming them. "Wait, look, isn't that Kim Knight, a powerful member of the Fighting Father Guild?" The reporters get extremely excited. "Don't miss a single moment. Record everything." Kim Knight looks annoyed and says to Park Hae-jin, "Why are so many people here? Didn't I tell you I hate crowds? Move them away now. If you don't, be ready to face my anger." Park Hana and Park Hae-jin panic and order security to clear the crowd quickly. Meanwhile, Jin is also standing there talking to his friends. A security guard walks up and shouts, "Hey, didn't you hear me? Move aside immediately." Jin remains standing calmly as the guard approaches. Jin asks, "Did you just talk to me?" We see Jin step forward and say, "You can't even move one guy aside?" The guard puts his finger on Jin's shoulder and says, "Move aside quickly. Can't you see we are clearing the path? And you're standing right in the middle." People around them start whispering, "Is this guy crazy? He's standing in front of Park Hae-jin. Does he want to die?" Jin is shocked hearing this and activates his Eye of Truth. He sees that the guard's level is 8, and his special power is exclusive everything. Jin thinks, if I want to copy his skill, I'll need to do a lot more work. Suddenly, Park Hae-jin's sister spots Jin and becomes nervous. Park Hae-jin looks over and says, "This bastard is standing in front of me and refusing to move." He quickly grabs Jin's finger and breaks it on the spot. Jin screams in pain as Park Hae-jin curses him, "You trash." Park Hae-jin charges at Jin and even pushes his own driver out of the way. Everyone watching gets scared and steps back, thinking anything could happen now. Jin calmly takes a sip of water and suddenly splashes the bottle's water on Hae-jin's face, distracting him. Jin uses this moment and kicks him hard in the back, sending him crashing to the ground. People watching are shocked. How did someone defeat Agent Hae-jin? Is this luck or is this guy insanely strong? Jana, hiding behind the crowd, is shocked to see Jin there. At that moment, Kim Kite shouts, "Stop right there. What do you think you're doing? Do you want to fight?" Jin activates his Eye of Truth again. The system warns him, "Warning, you cannot analyze this person. The difference between your level and his is too high." Jin thinks, he must be level 20 or higher, while I'm only level 1. Kim Kite laughs and says, "You even brought your granny with you." Hae-jin replies to Kim Kite, "I'm only doing this because that bastard disrespected me. He's supplying that thing." Jin replies, "Why don't you say it clearly? He supplies you the cheese, right?" Everyone nearby hears, "Korean cheese," and gets confused. Hae-jin gets angry and says, "Why are you asking such weird questions? Do you want to die?" Kim Kite suddenly shouts, "Silence," activating his level 3 skill blackout barrier. A powerful dome forms around Jin and Kim Kite, slowly turning dark. Lee Tae-min tries rushing toward Jin. "Jin, get out. He can hurt you." But Kim Kite blocks him immediately. Outside the barrier, Yunoha screams, "Open this barrier right now, or I will kill all of you." Inside the barrier, Kim Kite says to Jin, "For what you just said, do you want something in return? Our guild can give you the strongest training grounds. Tell me what you want." Meanwhile, Jin is touching the barrier walls saying, "Wow, this is a really good skill. I want this." Kim Kite continues explaining, "That Korean junction pill can give your power a temporary boost. Your stamina, magic recovery, everything increases. But there are side effects. Poison spreads inside your body, decreasing your lifespan. But there is a way to cure it. You need 3 items. Moonlight Stone, Mana Driver Root, and Canal Herb. If you use these 3, you can remove all the poison. But they're very rare. If you want them, I can tell you where to get them." Jin thinks, why would a stranger tell me all this? Who really is this guy? Kim Kite asks, "Now do you trust me?" Jin activates a skill and pulls out his sword, pointing it at Kim Kite's neck. "If you try to trick me, be ready to die. You're not strong enough to defeat me. I could kill you right here, but because you gave me useful information, I'll let you go." Suddenly, Kim Kite's clothes get sliced in the middle without Jin even touching him. He steps back in shock. Jin smirks and says, "Oh, you thought you were giving me an opportunity? Maybe you're confused. The one giving opportunities here is me." Kim Kite is stunned after witnessing Jin's terrifying power. Next, we see Jin's friends beating up Kim Kite's bodyguards outside. Yunoha is furious and threatens to kill them if they don't open the barrier. Jin's voice comes from inside. "No need to get angry, I'm fine." Yunoha runs to him. "Brother, are you really okay? Tell me now. I will destroy that bastard. How dare he touch you?" Jin laughs. "Relax, I'm fine. Now it's my turn to show him his place." But before Jin can act, Kim Kite grabs Jin by the neck and lifts him into the air. "You idiot. You can't handle someone like me. If you try anything stupid, you'll regret it forever." He shouts, "Do you understand me?" Jin replies, "Yes sir, I understand. Put me down." Kim Kite releases him and walks away. Jin is furious inside, thinking, how dare he humiliate me like this. Suddenly, Jin receives a system notification. Condition complete. You have successfully copied his speed skill. This new skill is a type of blitz movement ability which Jin stores inside his memory of the world. He walks away with a smile, while people whisper, "Who is this guy? We never thought any normal person could embarrass Kim Kite like that." Next scene. Jin checks the rankings. Park Hannah is ranked number 1. Jin wonders, did she eat the same gang root pill before the test? Jin is then called inside. The instructor explains the test. This test is simple. You just need to strike this magic stone with full power. You may use your weapon or your magic ability. No registration needed. Just attack with your full strength. Jin asks, "Can I attack it using my driver weapon?" The man replies, "Yes, you can use your driver. But will you also use magic?" Jin replies, "No, I won't use any magic." He says he wants to do it, but the man replies. Yet even then Jean says, "No, I don't need it." Jean walks toward a huge crystal and stands in front of it. The person supervising calls out to him and says, "Hey, what are you doing there? Come here quietly. That is a very high-level crystal. Forget cracking it. You can't even put a scratch on it. Attack this low-level crystal instead so I can identify your rank." At that moment, we see Jean activate his murderous aura, and then he activates his full style of rift state points, pushing his power to maximum. He swings a massive slash. The slash is so powerful that the crystal is split cleanly into 2 pieces. Seeing this, the examiner becomes completely shocked. His monitor screen flashes, S rank. He becomes extremely excited and says, "I must report this to my superior immediately. We have discovered an S-rank hunter." Jean stops him and says, "Can you postpone this report for a week?" The man asks, "Why would you want that?" Jean replies that he has some personal issues he wants to finish first. Jean gives him a terrifying look, but the examiner hesitates and says, "Sir, I can't delay it." Jean then makes a strange, intimidating face and says, "You know, I have a curse skill that I can even use on humans. Should I try it on you?" Terrified, the man immediately agrees. "All right sir, I understand. I will postpone the report." Next scene, Jean comes outside, and Hannah approaches him. She hands him the Abraham ring. Jean says, "All right then, I'll leave. When I need you, I will come find you again." Hannah, on the verge of tears, shouts, "What about the mark you left on my face? You promised that once I give you the Abraham ring, you'd remove it. Remove it now." Jean replies, "That depends on your actions. When we meet again, I'll decide whether I should remove it or not." Jean later meets his friends and shows them his result. They ask, shocked, "How is this possible? Who are you really?" Iona says, "Are you joking? We all know you. Stronger than us. Your skills are probably much better too. How can you be rank F?" Jean explains, "This is only a temporary result. The final ranking has not been released yet." They say, "Oh, so that's how it is." Jean says he must return next week for the second test, and only then will the real results appear. Then someone asks, "Will you be entering the dungeon for the second test?" Jean replies, "Yes. Don't worry, I'll handle everything." Next scene, Jean sits inside a car heading home. He thinks, most tests are not very difficult. They're designed to be normal so candidates don't get injured. But there is one test that is extremely dangerous. Even I had trouble completing it. Scene shift. Jean arrives somewhere he had visited long ago. He says, "It feels good to be here again after so long." We see one of the porters carrying heavy luggage. Another man kicks his bottle and shouts, "Hey, what are you doing back there? Pick up the luggage and come up quickly." Seeing this, Jean becomes furious internally and thinks, "Bastard, I'll deal with you later." Jean then explains to us that since he registered as an F rank, he cannot enter this dungeon alone. He must come with this guild as a porter. As they climb a mountain, a man asks Jean, "Girl, you're so young, why did you come to such a dangerous place?" Jean replies disguised as a girl, "I needed money. I couldn't get any other job, so I came here." The man responds, "Same here. I also had no choice." He shows Jean a family photo. "These are my kids. I need money to support them. I couldn't get any job in the city, so I was forced to join this group." He laughs as he talks, and Jean quietly listens. Before continuing, the man says, "Don't worry, I'll protect you. I won't let anything happen to you." Then he adds, "But remember, we're both F rank. First save your own life, then worry about others." Next scene, they reach near the destination. The group says the main attack force has still not returned, so they should rest. Jean receives a notification. "Sir, because you completed the library floor, the special rewards are now being granted." Jean becomes shocked. The system gives him 10 luck points and 10 adaptive status. A message appears. "Sir, your luck and adaptive status have increased by 10%. You have gained a skill, Cold Heart." The description. If a person becomes too emotional and unable to think properly, Cold Heart helps the user suppress emotions and remain calm. Jean receives another skill, Monopoly. Description. If you have 1000 random rewards and want to select the best one, this skill will help you choose the most valuable reward. Jean becomes extremely happy. This skill is amazing. If I ever get many rewards, this will help me choose the best one. Suddenly, a teleportation array opens and the main attack force arrives. Their captain is furious and asks his member, "Did you count everyone? Is everyone here?" The member replies, "Yes sir. 50% of us entered and all 50 returned." People around whisper, "These are the members of the attack force." The captain appears. Jean activates his skill to check the man's status.